Shinen Kwaila to all of you. I butchered it, didn't I? Anyways, that means Happy New Year in Chinese, and the Chinese New Year is coming real soon. So here are facts about the Chinese New Year to give a general understanding of it. Number 1. The date is always changing. What I mean is that the date of the Chinese New Year doesn't use the normal calendar of January to December, which people call the Gregorian calendar or Western calendar. So rather than using the Gregorian calendar, the Chinese lunar calendar follows the lunar cycle of moon phases, where the start of the day is at midnight and the start of the month is when there is a new moon. Now, the Chinese New Year always falls in between the end of January and early February, which they call the start of spring. Currently, the Chinese calendar is not used on a day-to-day basis because the Gregorian calendar is used universally, but the Chinese calendar is mostly used for important dates such as traditional Chinese holidays like the Moon Festival and the Hungry Ghost Festival. They are also used for selecting lucky days for weddings, funerals, starting a business, and other important events in life. Number 2. Each year has an animal representative, well, 1 animal per year and 12 in rotation. There's a folklore story about how that came to be, and I've actually made a video about it, so you could go and check that out later. This Chinese New Year, which is said to be on the 8th February 2016, will be the year of the monkey. Currently, while I'm making this video, it is still the year of the goat. Now, the animals in the 12-year rotation are the rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster, dog, and the pig. Here are the list of years and animals they correspond with. And apparently, it is believed that the year you were born or the animal year you were born under could determine some of your luck, prosperity, and even personality. A bit like the astrology zodiac signs and the horoscopes. Number 3. Red packets. These are red packets or envelopes filled with money that people give to acquaintances. It's a gesture for wishing someone good wishes and good luck. It's not really the money that's significant, but instead wrapping money in a red wrapping is the main thing here. So it is usually rude to check the contents of the envelopes in front of the giver. The red packets are usually given by those who are working or those who have gotten married. Anyone else does not need to give the red packets, but it's not forbidden. Those who should be given red packets are the elders, especially parents and grandparents, young people such as your own children, your friends' children, or your relatives, or any acquaintances who needs it. So mostly you give red envelopes to those who have no or less income than you as a gesture of kindness and wishing the best would come for them. Thus, how much you should give can range between $5 to however generous you are. Number 4. New Year sales and celebration. The Chinese New Year is celebrated more like Christmas than the New Year's because that is the time when shopping is done and the New Year's sale is the best. So, if you're planning a shopping holiday, think of the East and Southeast Asian countries during the Chinese New Year season for a good experience. The sales are crazy during this time because it is the time of the year for the house to be decorated with new things and be rid of old stuff to welcome the new year with a fresh and clean start. It's also a way for the business owners to do a good deed because karma. Then other than the new things for the new year, they would also need to decorate the house with a New Year's theme, like how people during Christmas decorates the house all Christmassy. They would decorate the house with red lanterns, New Year paintings, banners of good wishes at the doorframe, and more. Food would also be cheap during this time because what is a celebration without food? So during New Year's Eve, this is when people have a family reunion and have a big feast while waiting for the new year to come. Number 5. Firecrackers and the monster. Once upon a time, as stated in legends, there was a monster that would come out in the first night of spring, which we now know as the New Year's Eve. The monster's name was Nian, and it would destroy the people's homes, farms, and even, feed. Apparently, they like children, probably because they're easier prey. So people were scared of the monster. They usually just hide or flee at the sight of it, and it just became a common yearly occurrence. But one day, the night of the first spring, while Nian was approaching the village, villagers were burning some bamboo to keep themselves warm, so loud pops and crackles could be heard. To their surprise, Nian did not attack them that night, so they did it again the next year, and again, Nian did not attack. So since then, To ward themselves from the monster, they made it a yearly thing to make loud noises every New Year's Eve. Now, rather than bamboo burning, people light firecrackers and fireworks to create loud noises as a tradition. And the lion dances that you see during Chinese New Year, it originated from the legend of the Nian. Also, Nian became the word for year. So again I say, Sinen Kuala to all of you.